everyone, Scott Gearhart here for the Gamers Dome. This is episode 12 of WWE Immortals, and I'll make my initial apologies. It's been a little while. It's just been... I'm not going to make a bunch of excuses. We've just had stuff going on here. So we've been shooting some footage here and there, but we're finally just now getting around to putting it up. So we're going to be showing you some Paige fights coming up here. But I wanted to open with online stuff. We've been working really hard to try to stay within the top 3% or better each week. So last week I think we finished in the top 2%. And this week we're trying for the same. We'd like 1%, but 1% is pretty difficult. Right now, to get in the top 1%, we would need to get to looks like about 571, and we're sitting on 367. So that's about 200,000 difference right now. So I mean, we might get there because I've been playing this game pretty heavily. But we're going to take out a few quests here real fast. We need a main event, we need 3 matches with Paige, and we need to knock out 7 Immortals. We've already set the team so that we can do that, though we've used a couple energies, so we'll probably have to fire off an energy reboost at some point, but that's okay. And I stress this enough, and you'll hear me say it later in the video as well. This online stuff, if you're really wanting to get better, is important. That gear, that actual gear that you get for finishing in the top is huge, especially the rare gear. So do what you can to try to get that rare gear. And these quests don't typically take too long. Now, certainly the higher level your guys, the more renown you get when you win. So, I mean, it is harder when you're starting off to get a lot of renown. But you build over time. And this is also one of the better ways of earning XP for people, because you're always on level. It always considers you on level. So, whether you're really high level or really low level, if you're just looking to level up characters, this is a great way of doing it. And there we go. Then it's a minute 17. Usually, if it's like a main event that you need to run through, you can run through the main event in, I mean, total 8 to 10 minutes. Doesn't take long. I mean, there are some that can be a little bit longer, like the win 10 matches or the win 7 in a row. The win 7 in a row can be a little rough, I won't lie, even for me, because occasionally you just have a bad match and then you have to reset. But those two are also worth more renown when you finish them. So the win 10 matches isn't so bad. I've sometimes skipped the win 7 in a row if I'm really tight on time, because I don't want to get that one wrong. You don't want to screw that one up and be 6 matches in and be like, ah. But if I'm planning on like grinding for a while, I'll run it. But it's usually a good it's usually a good 1,000 renown or so more. I've also been known to often skip the ones that require me to use 3 specific people on a team. I mean, it depends on who they are, but boom. I've noticed the game has just been running slower lately. It runs slower and sometimes just has random disconnects. Like, you'll be online and it'll just be like, sorry, you've been disconnected. Which is especially frustrating when you're, say, doing a main event and you're 4 matches into it and then they give you that message.
Let's get rolling.
Big shows are always fun to play against. They don't hit very hard, but man, they have so much life. You just kind of have to beat on them. With this Triple H being the exact opposite. Not a whole lot of life, but God, hits like a truck. Luckily, he's not. He's only like, I think I saw him at level 44, so. Yeah, I could have waited there. I often won't switch off Daniel Bryan if I don't have to. Just because he hits so hard. That was a complete and total screw up. Couldn't have messed that one up more if I tried. Using the ability as Big Show comes into play on his big defense and just mistapping when it was all the way up. Big Show is my tank, so his gear helps my guys get their life back, so. I mean, it's nice. Every time you use ability 1 right now, they're gaining back almost 8,000 life. 2-finger tap, by the way. 2-finger tap on that will make your life so much easier. Here, we'll just bionic clothesline. No, I guess we won't bionic clothesline. Yeah, maybe we will bionic clothesline or him. There we go. Man. Sometimes, man, they just they'll just start getting your number, and there's not much you can do about it. I find if I can't get through with one guy, like my first couple attacks just get straight blocked and countered, I just switch guys. It often actually works. Okay, here's where we have to recharge. Because we didn't plan very well. Guys, we've started playing this game on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/thegamersdome, a lot more. So, feel free to check us out in there. Now use your ability. Counter. Counter. Block and counter. Block. You'll do it. Come on. There we go. No, you can just sit there and just wait for them to use their ability. Especially Lesnar for some reason. Lesnar likes to just stand there and just not use it, but then he'll just all of a sudden use it. Man, it doesn't matter if he blocks it when he's got no health left. This is also a really good way of grinding gold. grinding XP. I do most of my play online right now. But the truth is I'm down to the very last stage, which is, even for me, nearly impossible. When we're done here, I'll just show you what it looks like. I'm not even going to play it because I'll get destroyed. Well, actually, that's not true. I can get through the first couple of fights, but after the first couple, it's brutal. You can just see how much health they have. It's ridiculous. But then again, it's good. Like, you need to have some form of a challenge. So, like, I'm going to have to actually, like, legendary up my guys and get better gear if I want to get past it. I've been trying to, as much as possible, grind up a gold pack a day. Through grinding some of the later stages. The very last one of the later stages can be... Oh yeah, hey guys, so that's a Paige right there. And we are going to attempt to take her down. Honestly, it's not really an attempt. This should be relatively easy. My team is pretty much overkill, but I figure let's just go ahead and make sure we get the job done. Like, the 2-man should be fine.
Here we go.
Warrior's pretty useless here. Wow, I'm just kind of getting pummeled here. See if I can bring him back and get a few shots in. Man, she just kind of has my number here. There we go. Now we're getting some shots in. Oops. I hate when I missed tap, but it doesn't matter. We still got this one anyway. I'm concerned about nightmare mode though, because that's not going to be so easy to 2-man. And that's the best warrior we have. So okay, we got our second Paige, and we got a hammer. Basically, we have stuff that we can use to munch. We got 9 days to take out nightmare mode, so we'll follow along. Here we go. As you can see, we are in nightmare mode. And we are all the way up until the last fight. We were looking to pick up our Paige and her feather. The truth is this one actually, I think it was easier for us this time than it was last time, because coming up here I made more of a priority to level up my silver guys and some of my bronze guys. So they were a little bit higher, a little bit better. Challenge 5 was a little interesting because our Ultimate Warrior, actually 5 and 4 were both a little interesting because we didn't have a good Warrior and we didn't have a good Orton. Luckily, 4 wasn't that difficult, and 5 we muddled our way through. I think we may have lost a match or two in there somewhere because we were basically 2-manning it. Like, even now, if you look here, like, our Warrior is a silver 16. That's not fantastic. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and get rid of Miss Paige. We're already geared up, and this actually I should note this. The last season we finished in the top 2%, which got us 2 rare and 4 uncommon. The uncommon gears were not noteworthy, but we did get Daniel Bryan's, which for me was wonderful because he's probably our top guy right now. And then the adrenaline increase and the unblockable, it becomes really, really good. And once we get it augmented, I mean, this guy's just going to be an absolute monster on a 15% self-heal. So this is kind of our number one priority. Problem is it's not going to be easy to get all the way up. So we've done it once already. We'll keep working on it. And the other rare gear we got, by the way, was Sheamus's. So I can show you guys real fast that. I mean, it's a pretty standard. It's a basic attack boost one. And then Sheamus has a chance of being unblockable on basic attacks. So, but we don't have a great Sheamus at the moment, so we were more just happy with the Daniel Bryan one. Well, speaking of rare gear, we've had the feather before. We actually blew up the feather because we didn't have a very good Paige. But now we're starting to do better with Paige. I have no intentions of blowing up this feather. So let's pick it up. Again, we're basically going to have to two-man this. Like, Warrior might come in to eat something.
Let's get it going.
Okay, she is blocking a whole ton of stuff here. Use that to get back our life. And the idea here is hopefully that we're going to keep him in long enough to get Daniel Bryan's energy up so he can do a good flying headbutt. Now we're waiting for her to Banshee Rage us. There it is. There's the counter. Okay, that's not going to get her all the way, but it's going to get a lot of it. Okay, we tried to sneak in a timber there. That didn't work. I think we could bring Daniel back in. Speaking of trying to sneak one. Okay, we're actually going to bring in Warrior here. Kind of just as a hold-off mechanic. And he gets to eat the Banshee Rage. Which is just fine by us. Because now we will leg twist her into a victory. Yeah, use your sacrificial goat sometimes. In our case, the Ultimate Warrior coming in, using an ability, letting them gain a little bit of adrenaline back, and boom, 5,600 credits. Completed the stage. We have our Miss Paige, and we have her feather. We can't replay it again. And just so you guys know, let's take a peek here real fast at what the feather actually is. Oh, and we'll actually boost her while we're in here. Make her a lot cooler. She doesn't need that silly dagger. So her Sig 1 is a 10% damage boost, which is nice, actually. It's a very nice one, because she uses Sig 1 a lot because of the Banshee Rage being able to drain. And then a 25% lifesteal chance on Sig 1 is just amazing. So we definitely... And this gives us a good Signature 1 thing just in general. We actually blew up our pendant. Didn't need it so much. The Rogue's Dagger is what we've been using. I mean, and that's sitting on 12%. So, I mean, it's okay. But obviously, having this on Paige with the lifesteal chance is better. So, can we actually forge it up? Yeah, we can actually forge it up once. So, we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to need more of the second material, obviously, to go any farther. But gets us closer. And there you go. Hopefully you picked up, if you're having some issues, picked up a little bit of maybe hints on how to deal with things. The most important thing I tell people is learn how to block. I was terrible at this game until I figured out how to block, and then learn how to predict. Your opponent, not always, but will often go for signature moves almost as soon as they have them, once you're at a parity point. So be careful about trying to go too all off on them when they have enough energy to use a move, because if you start a combo and they go into a signature move, you're just going to get hit with it. So I often, once they hit full, will just kind of sit back and block. If they end up attacking me, I'll just counterattack and then go back and block. And eventually they will use the move, and that's when you counter with like your higher signature moves, the ones that are going to kill them. Because once you've blocked theirs, there is a small window that you can play yours, and they are not going to be blocking it. So that's it for Immortals. Actually happy to get the page done a little bit early. Let's go back here. Actually, I tried to close the show. I tried. Oh, word of the day. If you go to go to answers.thegamersdome.com, it's going to be Paige. And then you'll be able to go to winners for a while. And I apologize to anyone who hasn't seen a video in a while. We've had some issues here involving a girlfriend and a broken leg, and it's one of those family first things. So we've kind of had a few things on hold, but I'm hoping to get right back in the swing of things. I know you guys like these videos, so we're going to keep kicking them out. So, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. The other piece of advice that I would give people is go online. Do the online matches. They're huge. Like the rewards, this is how you get better quick. Don't even worry about first, second, and third. Like unless if you're watching this video, you've spent too much time doing something other than playing Immortals, you can't get first, second, and third. It's insane. Top 1% is hard. It does involve a lot of time, but it's not insane. Generally, like your top 800 or so people are going to hit there. For me, top 2 to 3% seems to be about reasonable. It's a good reward. And be careful. These symbols don't match up. They seem to always be off by 1. So just assume that you're 1 symbol lower than what it says you are. But yeah, you definitely want to try to get into at least the top 5%, because that's where you get the rare gear, and that's where stuff starts to get really nice. So shoot for top 5% every week if you can. It really doesn't take that much playing to get in there. Get your dailies done every day, and then maybe a few other times take your strongest team, throw it in there into a main event, and clear it out. Gives you plenty. We right now, I think we're sitting in top. I guess we're sitting in top 5%. They had a weird glitch last week where the league didn't end until like a day and a half after it was supposed to. So consequently, we actually are having a short season. And you can see, by the way, what I was talking about with the top people. Like, that's nuts. 2.4 million. So where were we? I believe we were right around here. Yeah. So like we are in the top 5% currently. Without too much grinding. I had been around here top 4 and even top 3. I just haven't played much. in the last day or so. So we've fallen a little bit behind. But it expires in about 2 days, which really means 2 days and a few hours. I believe it ends on either Tuesday or Wednesday, around midday Pacific time. So that's it. Scott Carr for the Gamers Dome. You guys have a good one. Bye. Keep playing. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. We put out awesome new content all the time. So the most important thing you can do is click here to subscribe. If you love gaming and just want to see all the newest videos we have out, go ahead and click here. If all you really care about is just this game, click up here to see everything we've done for it. And if there's another specific game you're looking for, we have a few listed here that you can click on. But make sure you check out our homepage because we're adding new videos and new games all the time. This is Scott Garrett for the Gamers Dome. Keep playing, everyone.